Someone on the stage. In a moment, the Chancellor of Macquarie University, the Honourable Michael Iganeo, accompanied by the academic procession, will enter the graduation hall. When the procession has arrived on stage, Advance Australia Fair will be performed and you are invited to join in the singing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the academic procession.
Please be seated. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite Mr. Chris Tobin, representative of the Darug people, to offer the traditional welcome to country.
Thank you. Warami Naloa. Good afternoon and welcome to the lands of the Wallamedigal. I belong to one of the local Aboriginal families of the Darug people, the traditional custodians over this part of the country. I firstly wish to pay my respects to the country and its people and to thank the University for their acknowledgement of us and the invitation to welcome you here this afternoon. That acknowledgement is important to our people and much appreciated. My family, in fact, descend from Yarramundi, a respected elder and cleverman of the Burrabrongal clan during the early years of colonisation. He saw that our survival in this new world could best be secured if we could learn more about it. And so he enrolled his daughter, Bulgari, or Maria, into the Native Institute, a school set up by Governor Macquarie in 1815, offering formal education to Aboriginal children. Maria studied there for several years and used her newly acquired skills to lobby and eventually secure some land for herself and her family out along the Richmond Road. Other Aboriginal families soon joined them, and it became known as the Blackstown, where the present-day city of Blacktown gets its name. We're very proud of her, as I'm sure your families are of you here today. And with good reason. Your success is our success. Your advancement, our advancement. Now, that was probably better understood in traditional times when camp groups were smaller and clans abided by strict sharing laws, which meant that the food that you caught and brought back was distributed throughout the rest of the camp. Your skills and good fortune were thus enjoyed by all. Your efforts literally nourished the rest of the community, and you in turn were looked after by them. Yes, we can live quite beautifully when we work together. Our Aboriginal ancestors certainly lived well in many respects, and I use occasions like this to recommend them to yourselves as a model or a benchmark on how good to expect our lives today. You see, when Captain Cook arrived here a little over 200 years ago, excuse me, he described the people he encountered as one of the happiest peoples he'd ever met. They were naked, owned nothing but the tools they carried, made their shelters from the bark of trees without cutting them down, and harvested food from the earth without excessive tilling or clearing. Now, these were not primitive societies. These were ancient cultures. There was no slavery, no rich and poor, no rents or mortgages, and no homelessness. People cooperated to collect the resources which were needed, and they were then shared out according to strict Aboriginal law. Our lands were maintained in their natural state with fire and responsible harvesting. Our rivers and waterways kept clean and unpolluted, with people drinking out of them here as they have done for the past 20,000 years. So this is not a dream or an ideal. This is normal life, or was, until a very short time ago. And there's no reason why we should expect less for ourselves and our children than what our ancestors enjoyed. Admittedly, there's a lot more of us, but we're a clever people, and there is still much magic in the world, I believe. So graduates, I would say expect great and wonderful things from your life. Life is good, and we are naturally a happy people. I would suggest sharing your gifts with the rest of us, though, and keep following that beautiful spirit within you that got you this far. Do that, and I'm confident that together we can put together a country and a world that we can be proud of, and a future that is worthy of our children. We can all do our bit. I'll do mine now by winding up and letting you graduate. Just want to say congratulations to all of you, and all the best in our collective futures. Thank you. Welcome to country.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to introduce the Chancellor of Macquarie University, the Honourable Michael Egan, AO.
Thank you, Chris Tobin, for your welcome to country. Well, graduands, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, first I want to thank all of you for coming. A graduation ceremony is an important celebration of achievement. The achievements, of course, of our graduands, but also of the university. So it's very good that you're here, and I'm very grateful that you are. I also, this afternoon, want to especially thank those of you who have brought children with you. It's good for them that they're here, because their memories of today and of the importance of today may one day be the thing that inspires them to emulate the successes of today's graduands. And their presence is also good for us, because every celebration is enhanced by the presence of children. Now, unless children have changed enormously since I was a little child, few of them will be able to stay quiet or stay still for the duration of a graduation ceremony. And I don't expect them to, I don't want them to, and I don't want parents to worry if they don't. They are most welcome, and please let them run around and make as much commotion as they like. And I see we have at least a couple of little babies. They are entitled to yell their lungs out. We know from long experience that a baby who cries throughout a graduation ceremony is back within 25 years to take out their first PhD. So don't discourage them. Now, the most important thing today is that our graduands have a great day. I hope that today will be a really happy occasion for you, a very memorable occasion for you. But it will only be a happy occasion if you relax. Now, many of you do look relaxed, but some of you look as though you're about to go into the exam room or are awaiting your results. Let me assure you, you've done all that, and today is the proof of it. You're here to collect your degrees. Nothing can go wrong. Well, that's not entirely true. You can, as often happens, people come up onto the stage and they trip and fall. That's fine. That's why all these people are here. They're here to help you along your way. And if you do happen to get hurt, don't worry about that either. This place is chock full of doctors. They're everywhere. So just sit back, enjoy the occasion, because you deserve to take pride, great pride in your graduation. Completing a degree is never easy. You need an intelligent and inquiring mind. You need determination and perseverance, and you need to make many sacrifices. So welcome and congratulations to each and every one of you. I also want to congratulate all of you who are here today as the guests of our graduands, because if you think about it for just a moment, you've all done well too. The very fact that you've been invited by one of our graduands to share one of the great occasions of their lives is proof positive that you've been very important in their lives and in the successes that we celebrate today. And I don't want you to think either that observing today's graduation is the end of your role, because I have another very important service for you to perform for our newest graduates, as they will soon become. I want you to make sure that the degrees they receive today are never ever put in a bottom drawer, but are always proudly displayed in a position of prominence. In other words, if our graduands are too self-effacing or shy to proclaim their own success, you make sure you do it for them. Now, the ceremony that we're about to participate in is one of the world's oldest social rituals. For centuries, graduates have been donning robes just like the ones our graduands are wearing today, and participating in ceremonies just like this one. Indeed, there are some 50 universities in the world which can trace their history back more than 500 years. Macquarie, of course, is a very young university, celebrating our 50th Jubilee only 3 years. By his contemporaries, but only by history. Those of us who went to school in New South Wales were taught that Macquarie was a great builder, but in my opinion, his greatest legacy had nothing to do with bricks and mortar. In my opinion, his greatest legacy was the ethos he established, much to the annoyance of the then British authorities, of an egalitarian society. Because it was Macquarie's insistence that in this fledgling convict colony there be no distinction between the free and the freed that was the foundation of the Australian notion of a fair go for all. And that is the legacy, a fair go for all, that here at Macquarie we will always aim to maintain and honour. After our first 53 years, we now have more than 180,000 Macquarie graduates living in more than 140 countries. Macquarie is a very modern and outward-looking university. We're now ranked in the top 2% of the world's universities. From our beginnings, we have defied the traditional boundaries of academia. We have pioneered and continue to pioneer learning and teaching approaches that challenge conventions and shift thinking. Our students play a major role in their own learning and are empowered to guide what and how they learn. We're also research pioneers. Our framework for the future, world-leading research with world-changing impact, is brought to life by renowned researchers whose bold and innovative solutions to issues of global significance are of enormous benefit to the world we live in. By the way, that is not an idle boast. I'm sure at some stage almost everyone here today uses Wi-Fi. Well, Wi-Fi was developed not at Harvard University or Oxford University or Stanford University or Sydney University or Melbourne University. No, Wi-Fi was developed by Macquarie University scientists in conjunction with scientists from the CSIRO. We're also rather proud of some of our new facilities. On your way here today, you may have seen our Macquarie University Hospital, which is only a few years old. The hospital forms part of a very exciting medical enterprise, which will be Australia's first fully integrated academic health sciences centre under a university's leadership. We are the only university in Australia that owns and operates its own hospital. And I can assure you it's a phenomenal hospital. I can attest to that from personal experience. I was a patient there for 3 nights just a couple of years ago, and I assure you that the level of care and attention is absolutely phenomenal, especially if you're the Chancellor. So I recommend it to you. Other outstanding new facilities are our library, our Australian Hearing Hub, which is a world-leading institute in hearing and language sciences, a state-of-the-art media centre, a newly launched simulation hub for teaching and research, and cutting-edge science laboratories. Now, that's not to say all of our lecture rooms and laboratories are first class. In fact, some are downright terrible, as I think the graduands from the Faculty of Law can attest. But we are planning to do something about that, and in the very near future we'll be announcing some very exciting plans for a major physical transformation of our campus over the next decade. And one of the priorities will be a new law school that is fit for purpose. In fact, I'd like to get the architect to design the first one and do something terrible to him. It is a dreadful, dreadful building. So I apologise to all of you who've had to put up with it. So we are looking forward and we are on the move. Here at Macquarie, we have a very clear and straightforward mission. And that mission is to transform people's lives and to improve the lives not just of our own students, but also of people all around the globe, by the work and achievements of our graduates and by the fruit of our research. We want Macquarie always to be a leader in teaching and learning and a leader in the accumulation of knowledge and understanding. In other words, an ideal community of scholars. And graduands, in just a few minutes, it will be my very great honour to confer your degrees upon you and welcome you as lifelong members of that community of scholars we proudly call Macquarie University. Now, graduands and ladies and gentlemen, it's now my great pleasure to introduce our occasional speaker, Ms. Pauline Wright. Pauline graduated in Arts and Law in 1985 from Macquarie University. She was admitted as a solicitor of the Supreme Court of New South Wales in 1985 and has been in private practice since then. She's an accredited specialist in local government and planning law and a graduate of the Australian Institute of Company Directors. Pauline served on the Council of the Law Society almost continuously since 1997. She chairs the Environmental Planning and Development Law Committee and is Deputy Chair of the Future Committee. She was recently appointed to the Executive of the Law Council of Australia, and she sits on that body's Access to Justice, National Criminal Law Liaison and Equality of Opportunity in the Law Committees. She's also a past Director of the Law and Justice Foundation and the Legal Aid Commission of New South Wales. She chairs the Legal Aid's Monitoring Committee and has sat on a number of panel selection committees for legal aid as well as its Human Rights Committee. Apart from her wide experience in local government, planning and environmental law, Pauline also has considerable experience in property law and commercial litigation and an extensive background in criminal law. I now invite Pauline Wright to deliver the occasional address. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Pauline Wright.
Thank you very much, Chancellor, for that kind introduction. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today, the Darug people, and pay my respects to their elders, both past and present. But I also acknowledge their youth, in whose hands is held our hope for a truly reconciled nation in the future. I also acknowledge the Chancellor, members of the faculty, staff, distinguished guests, graduands and their families and friends, and the boys and girls. I once heard that graduation addresses were summed up in 5 good words that I thought were pretty spot on. Politely received, but rarely remembered. So I'll try to be brief this afternoon and speak to you really about my own memories of this university and what my arts law degree has meant to me. As you've heard, I completed my arts law degree at Macquarie in 1984 and graduated in 85 after a bit of a grand tour to Europe. I majored in my arts degree in mass communications and I did filmmaking, but I also studied politics and sociology. So my arts degree was a really interesting part of my whole degree as an arts law graduate. When my planned life as a famous artist was cut short at the last minute, the art school I was enrolled in closed down 3 days before I was due to start, I thought, what am I going to do now? So my good friend Graham Turnbull, now of Senior Counsel, had been studying law at Macquarie, and I thought, he's pretty groovy. I like talking to him. He makes a lot of sense. So I decided that I'd go to Macquarie University, still not thinking at this point that I'd study law, be a lawyer, that is. But I thought I'd like to do law, but I also was attracted by the mass communications degree because I wanted to still pursue my artistic endeavours. And so I wanted to do filmmaking. Universities, of course, have always been incubators of the arts, and I had the time of my life at university. I got involved with DRAMAC in my early years at university, which I understand is now in its 50th year, so congratulations. But many of my memories of university life are dominated by the U-Bar and Marxine's Cafe, both of which survive. Many hours were spent in the Union building playing Space Invaders, the old school way, sitting either side of the little table and beep, 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 beep. Evenings were dominated by drinking, moderately, of course, merriment and song, my main contribution to which were semi-regular renditions of Kate Bush songs. The weird strains of Wuthering Heights and other memorable tunes were heard filtering down the corridors of the U-Bar. But when I wasn't singing with friends in the U-Bar, I'd often be seen haunting the grounds with my fellow mass communications students, shooting footage for our latest film project. One masterpiece of ours that stands in my mind quite well is a film about archery. It didn't end well for one of our actors. There were fewer resources in the early 80s, and so this character's demise was depicted with some pretty basic special effects. Tomato sauce and superglue featured heavily. But our other special effects were super sophisticated. Toy boats in bathtubs were used to make ocean scenes. Paper plates flung into the air were UFOs. At that stage, for some reason, all filmmaking students needed to make a sci-fi movie to prove themselves with their credibility. It was all quite silly, but lots of fun. And we were doing what we loved. But it was ultimately the law that grabbed me. The more I studied law, the more I realised that I wanted to be a lawyer. And I think one thing that Macquarie University helped me to realise was that if you come to something with passion, you'll succeed in it. And my experience is that lawyers, that employers out there in lawyer land are looking for people who bring a spark of passion to their endeavour. I firmly believe that what you study in the humanities, it's going to enrich your mind and the way you approach life. Industrialist and civil rights leader Joseph Irwin Miller said it best when he said, "The calling of the humanities is to make us truly human in the best sense of the word." And I think my degree informed my life as a lawyer and my private life. Having that combined arts law degree has without a doubt made me a better lawyer. Those combined degrees are valuable. My humanities studies help me to better understand the human condition. This helps me in my practice day to day. I understand my clients. I understand other lawyers I have to deal with, judges, magistrates, people that I have to deal with every day, witnesses. They all are human beings with lives outside the immediate legal problem. And as a lawyer, all kinds of people come to you with their very human problems, and they're asking for your help. If you can bring life experience beyond your academic achievements, that's going to serve you well. It can be someone charged with a serious criminal offence, a client grappling with the labyrinth of government departments and requirements of bureaucracy. It might be a homeowner seeking to do something with their property, to develop it in the best way they can. It could be someone setting up a new business. But you have to, as a lawyer, be able to anticipate the multiplicity of ways that they might interpret and use your advice in their lives with all their complexities. As a lawyer, I have to be flexible enough to see something from another person's perspective. And for me, that combined arts law degree reinforced my ability to imagine myself in someone else's shoes. And the values that I learnt at Macquarie University, a fair go for all, have also influenced my professional career. I do believe in a fair go for all. 3 of my main goals this year as president of the Law Society are to narrow the gap, close the gap for Indigenous people in the justice system, to find a fairer way to deal with people seeking asylum on our shores, and to reinvigorate the debate around our lost traditional civil liberties and freedoms, our human rights that are being eroded. And we've seen that erosion happen since 9/11. I see that as being about fairness. But I also learnt at Macquarie University something about the importance of our legacy, sustainability in a sense. When you graduate and head out, you do so as representatives of the Macquarie University community. In doing that, it's important to think about how you, in your individual lives, are going to influence the world for future generations. So as an environmental and planning lawyer, key Macquarie values like sustainability are brought to my practice every day, whether I'm acting for a developer, advising them on best practice in urban planning, or whether I'm representing a local council, defending their environmental principles so that they can maintain and create thriving, sustainable communities. Those values are precious, though I probably didn't appreciate them quite so clearly when I was sitting at the U-Bar singing Kate Bush songs. But This year, I'm really pleased to say, as President, I am able to nominate a charity that the Law Society and its members get behind for the year. And I've chosen Barang, which is a Central Coast-based Indigenous organisation. I live and work up on the Central Coast. They're focused on youth empowerment and justice reinvestment. They work with young Aboriginal people in community and develop programs around reconnecting with culture and cultural identity, the arts, sport, all sorts of ways of doing that. And they're doing really wonderful work. I came to know of their work through my involvement with a community cultural event that I helped to establish back in 2005, the Five Lands Walk, which is about connecting people and people to place. I have never given away my passion for the arts. And as President of the Law Society of New South Wales, I'll be launching 2 competitions, and I hope that some of you might want to get involved. They're called Just Art and Just Music. Just Art is an art exhibition for lawyers, law students, and those who love the law, who are also artists, painters, sculptors, filmmakers, and they're encouraged to contribute a piece of work on the theme of justice, and it will be exhibited at an exhibition later on in the year, and information will be up on the website. Similarly, Just Music is a songwriting or musical composition competition open to lawyers, law students, and those who love the law, and that will culminate in a fundraising concert for Barang at the end of the year. So I hope that some of you might be interested in that. I know how many lawyers there are out there who have these interests and passions. I really believe that the arts have something to offer all people and their practice of the profession, whatever that might end up being. You are all law students. Some of you will practice as lawyers, but many of you won't. Many of you will go into the myriad of amazing careers that you can find as a result of your degree in arts law. Whatever you do, I encourage you to hold on to your passions. Let those inform every element of what you do. And I can tell you that employers are looking for people who've shown themselves to have a life outside of just having been a student. So go ahead, distinguish yourselves by what you have done. They'll want people who are flexible, people who can adapt to changing circumstances. For great legal academic qualifications, they're looking for someone who fits their organisation, its vision, its ethos. So don't be preoccupied with trying to second guess what they want. Be authentic. Get out there and do what you love. Thank you and good luck.
Well, graduates, I'm sure you'll agree that was a marvellous occasional address with some excellent advice. I'm sorry that Pauline never got to pursue her aspiration to be an artist, but it's never too late. And I was intrigued by her references to the U-Bar. I have been the Chancellor of Macquarie University now for more than 9 years. And would you believe I have never been to the U-Bar? I was told that the U-Bar was out of bounds to the Chancellor. So, but I might try and break that and see what goes on there. The advice that Pauline gave you is really worth keeping in mind. Your degree, if you like, is a foundation. But a foundation with nothing on top doesn't amount to much. You've got to have the foundations for sure, but you now have to build on it. And life experience is the way you do that. It is just as important, perhaps more important, than your academic experience. And one piece of advice I'd give you is don't just mix with people in your own profession. One of the pieces of advice that I give to new undergraduates whenever I come across them early in the year is that within the first term, they should have made friends with people other than those they went to school with. They should have made friends with people from a different country and from a different ethnic background. It really is important that you widen your circle of acquaintances and friends and therefore your experiences. And if you are going to be successful in your careers as lawyers or whatever else, you have to have the ability to have an empathy with everyone you work with or work for. You have to be able to put yourself in their shoes. I think you'll agree that was a marvellous occasional address. Pauline deserves another great round of applause.
Chancellor, I certify that all of the candidates being presented here today and those who are absent have satisfied the requirements of the Academic Senate for the degrees they are to be awarded. Would all candidates for admission to degrees please stand?
Well, graduates and ladies and gentlemen, this is the key part of the ceremony, and I almost forgot about it. You'll notice I returned to my chair, but I was reminded that we had to confer your degrees upon you. That's the reason you're here. Now, I did say earlier that there's nothing for you to worry about, but as just shown, this is the one part of the ceremony that makes me a trifle nervous, because I was informed many years ago by one of Australia's best legal minds that if I conferred a degree on someone who was not entitled to receive it, it was very, 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 very difficult for me to take it back. So I have to make sure that you are all qualified to graduate today, and in order to make sure of that, I need an ironclad assurance from the acting registrar over there that none of you were ever late in submitting an assignment and that none of you ever skipped a class. Could you give me that assurance, please?
I can, Chancellor. So again, Chancellor, I certify that all of the candidates being presented here today and those who are absent have satisfied the requirements of the Academic Senate for the degrees they are to be awarded.
Graduands, in the name of the Macquarie University Council and by my authority as Chancellor, I admit each of you present and those who are absent to the degrees for which you have qualified. Graduates, congratulations.
Will you please be seated? Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Arts. I now call upon Professor Martina Möllering, Executive Dean of the Faculty of Arts, to present the graduates. Professor Möllering.
Chancellor, students and staff in this faculty work together within and across disciplinary boundaries to ask questions about socially complex problems. They identify paths of research, analyze and communicate ideas in creative formats, and reflect on the skills and knowledge they will need to understand the world, past, present and future. Students are encouraged to use their skills and talents to connect with local and global communities. This faculty includes research and study areas in ancient history, anthropology, English, Indigenous studies, international studies, law, media, music, communication and cultural studies, modern history, politics and international relations, philosophy, sociology and security studies and criminology. Chancellor, I present to you the graduates from the Faculty of Arts whom you have admitted to degrees. I present the graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts with the Bachelor of Laws with First Class Honours and the University Medal for Law. Laura Colette Webster. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Psychology Honours with the Bachelor of Laws with First Class Honours. Rochelle Rahme. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts Media with the Bachelor of Laws with First Class Honours. Emma Grimley. Karina Elizabeth Hawtrey. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts Media with the Bachelor of Laws with Honours. Harriet Willa Dwyer Gerard. Sanja Kovacevic. Craig James Berry. Larissa Cleary. Morgan Leon Fulsham. Jacqueline Ellen Gibson. Natasha Gale Michels. Tori O'Sullivan. Vanessa Portelli. Blake Ellen Sherry. Paulina Sukari. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts Psychology with the Bachelor of Laws with First Class Honours. Jane Bontham. Present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts Psychology with the Bachelor of Laws with Honours. Emma Kate Parker. Jordan Scott Reed. Sabrina Sheila. Elizabeth Hannah Joy Williamson. Denise Wireka Brobby. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts with the Bachelor of Laws with First Class Honours. Samuel Thorsten Dobby Smitham. Joshua Michael Donald. Connor Hogg. Claire May Hoggett McMullen. Hannah Rose Robinson. Evangeline Bridget Schumacher. Gabrielle Katrine Sheehan. Carmen Jessica Just. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts with the Bachelor of Laws with honours. Megan Pamela Aldrich. Edward Alcamesi. Yolanda Yen Fitzhenry. Greta Gale. Margaret Deanne Gibbs. Naomi Gibson. Sarah Elizabeth Hayden. Emmanuel David Canellis. Elizabeth N. Kemp. Georgia Hannah Lewis. Satyajit Ramdas Mara. Who is with me right now? Satyajit Ramdas Mara. Jonathan Munsey. Marta Natalia Maria Obirek. Matthew Hansheng Su. Lucy Catherine Sullivan. Jennifer Kathleen Williams. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Environment with a Bachelor of Laws with Honours. Nathan George Lambrinos. Elena Louise Sturton. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Information Technology with the Bachelor of Laws with Honours. Lachlan Alexander Wright. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of International Studies with the Bachelor of Laws with First Class Honours. Courtney Law. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of International Studies with the Bachelor of Laws with Honours. Elizabeth Marie Fredericks. Edward Charles Probert Gregory. Stephanie Philomena Scranchi. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science with the Bachelor of Laws with First Class Honours. Jack William Whitlow. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science with the Bachelor of Laws with Honours. Molly Elizabeth Matthews. Ainsley May Schober. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Laws with First Class Honours. Angela Felton Morsley. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Laws with Honours. Zain Krishna Ansari. William Bryan. Julie Dunn. Corinne Louise Deal. Jenna Andries. Belona Ellison Zhang. Mariam Khan. Danielle Munro. Andrew Kang Kien Ong. Edwin Taylor. Amanda Claire Thorpe. Lee Warneke. Sully Shu. Andrew Young. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts Media with the Bachelor of Laws. Theodora Bentley. Nusin Bhatti. Benjamin Delaney. Christopher Raymond Gates. Georgina Maniakis. Amy Catherine Morrison. Corinne Elise O'Sullivan. Polida Sek. Kang Bin Joseph Poe. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts Psychology with the Bachelor of Laws. Victoria Ellen Brooks. Ismoth Jarin. Nicole Schmitz. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts with the Bachelor of Laws. Jessica Amos. Michael Anthony Austin Rogers. Dorsa Bani Hashemi. Amanda Chacha. Matthew Chesworth. Sankal Reddy Chintalapani. Elizabeth Jane Douglas. Grace Field. Matthew Friedman. Elizabeth Patama Shufengong. Susan Ha. Diana Mowa Halda. Ruben Nathaniel Hernandez. Christine Iskander. Aisha Jabin. Dip Kandaka. Melanie Patricia Lay. Lockie Josephine Lee. Stanley Shi Hung Leung. Mia K. Lewin. Alison Mackey. Haley Mulder. Mary Jo Miranda. Boniel Adayinka Ola Roberts. Alana Claire Perry. Georgia Beale Potgieter. Julie Portavirri. Dominique Chantal Retamal. Mark Rousseff. Zita Priyanti Rush. Jessica May Sheridan. T. Hong Son. Alexander Thiel. Andrew Joseph Thurman. Alison K-Wing Wong. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science with the Bachelor of Laws, Julie Katrina Pham. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce with the Bachelor of Laws, Joshua Alexander Teo. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of International Studies with the Bachelor of Laws, Antoinette Gauci. Carol Lynn. Siddharth Nair. Jonathan Papadopoulou. Alexander Ross William Wild. Dan Philip Wilkinson. Katerina Yamasaki. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Social Science with the Bachelor of Laws, Mikala Sriwadana. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Jim Boga. Amelia Vanessa Gribble. Emma Jane McIntosh, who has been awarded the Vice-Chancellor's Commendation for Academic Excellence. Will McMullen. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Laws, Timothy Scott Bauer. Abigail Bonsu. Grace Caristo. Vanessa Casal. Jessica Tat Mia Chow. James Campbell Corbett. Elizabeth Coulter. Romy Daher. Brianna Goodwin. Megan Elizabeth Griffith. Jeffrey Norman Hansen. Liam Matthew Doherty Holmes. Isabel N. Howie. Francesca Bernadette Tracque. Mark Logan. Christos Luca. Daniel Mendes. Alexandra Mutafis. Hannah Murphy. Danny Narayan. Verinda Power. Catherine Piotrowski. Ruby Redding. Zinia Singh. Alexander David Andrew Ware. Sarah Willard. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Social Science, Georgia Bethany Ford. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Juris Doctor, Felix Buddy. Marina Paola Clayton. Rebecca Fraser. Benjamin James Haywood. Elizabeth N. Arundel Lambert. Isabel Claudia Lamberton. Emma Morris. Jessica Nell O'Neill. Nico Severin Room. Joel Xavier Tynan. I present the graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Research. Sheikh Salahuddin for a thesis entitled Dams Development and Rights of Indigenous Peoples, a legal perspective on the proposed Tipaimuk Dam in northeast India. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Andrew Stewart Burke for a thesis entitled The Law of Proportionality and the Sentencing of Environmental Crimes in the Land and Environment Court of New South Wales. Shafiqur Rahman Khan for a thesis entitled Global Agricultural Trade Liberalization, Its Impacts on Bangladesh. Chancellor, that completes this afternoon's presentation of the graduates from the Faculty of Arts.
Chancellor, I call upon Ms. Laura Colette Webster, who has graduated today with a Bachelor of Arts with the degree of Bachelor of Laws with honours, to speak on behalf of the graduating group. Ms. Webster.
Chancellor, members of the University, fellow graduates and guests, it is a privilege to be speaking on behalf of the graduates today. Although my first feeling upon being asked to make this speech was pure panic, both about finding the right words to say, but also the realisation that I'd booked an international flight for the same day and I have to be at the airport in 3 hours. So for your sake and mine, I'm going to keep this short. In spite of all the valuable skills and knowledge that we've learned over the last 5 years, I went against everything we've been taught at law school to write this speech, using Google and collusion. Yes, I admit, I enlisted my friends to help me, and I'd genuinely like to thank them for coming up with almost no usable ideas. But then I realised that actually, they already had inspired the topic of this speech, which is all of you and all the friends that have graduated alongside of you today. I hope I speak for many of us that a year has a shared bond. We witnessed the seizure on the dance floor incident at law camp. We survived the torts take-home where Justin jumped off W3A thinking he was Superman. We've learnt that corporations are actually people and they're evil. And we can all say that, yes, I was there to see that infamous fight in our foundations lecture. Receiving this degree today does not compare to the memories made and the friendships forged. As a year, we embraced MULS more than any other, whether that was attending numerous social events, dominating in sports, directing or choreographing law review, or volunteering as part of the executive. We've mooted together, gone on exchange together, clerked together. We threw ourselves into university life, and now it's time for the university to throw us out. But it hasn't all been easy. Everyone has experienced a setback, a bad mark or two, personal loss, stress, anxiety, feelings of inadequacy, all the more often hidden behind an exterior of confidence. One of our law school lecturers once told me they were all a pack of insecure overachievers. This resonated with me, perhaps even more so as a woman, entering the legal profession where being competitive, brazen, and unwilling to show flaws still pervades. But I think we can embrace the values of humility and selflessness and a true sense of kinship that we demonstrated during our time to help change this, or at least make our transition into the world just a little bit easier. I'm not quite qualified to give you advice for the future, so I'll let the late Carrie Fisher do it for me. Stay afraid, but do it anyway. You've all excelled, and you should be so proud. I wish you all the brightest of futures.
Well, congratulations, Laura, on a fine speech, and congratulations for your Bachelor of Arts and your Bachelor of Laws degree with honours. That's quite an accomplishment. And the graduation ceremony is not quite over yet, but I've established that she will make her plane. She leaves at 9:30 tonight, and she's flying to New York for 4 months' holiday. How's that? Well done. Congratulations, Laura. And when you come back, make sure you re-establish an association with Macquarie University. Just because you've got 2 degrees doesn't mean you can't get 3 or 4. We'd love to see you back. Once again, thank Laura for a great speech.
Mia bambina,
Well, now, that wasn't too bad, was it? That glorious voice, ladies and gentlemen, belongs to Angela Brewer. And we are very fortunate at Macquarie University that Angela sings at most of our graduations, and that's quite a number each year, so I get to hear her sing quite often. And I think every time she sings, she's better than the last. She's just fantastic. But you are fortunate that she was singing at your graduation tonight, because occasionally she can't make it. And when Angela can't get here, I do the singing. So I think, would you like to hear Angela sing some more? Okay, it's very simple. You just enrol in another degree, and I'll make sure she's singing at your next graduation. Let's give her another great round of applause. And please also join me in thanking our great musicians on the organ, Dr. James Forsyth. And on the Chinese transverse flute, Dr. Chai Ching Nang. I would also like to thank our alumni volunteers who come along to our graduations to help out and to make sure that everything runs smoothly at your graduations, and they do a really fabulous job. So I think you'd like to put your hands together for them too. And sitting behind me on the stage are members of our academic community who, of course, have been absolutely essential to your journey through Macquarie. I'm sure you'd like to thank them as well. Now, this is the second last of 26 graduations that have taken place last week and this week. This, however, is my last graduation. The Vice-Chancellor will be presiding this evening. So I would like to take the opportunity of thanking Simone Ross over there, who is the head of our graduation unit, and all of her team for the fabulous job they do in organising all these graduations. Simone, thank you very much. Well, graduates, this ceremony marks the end of one stage in your relationship with Macquarie University, but it is certainly not the end of your association with Macquarie. From today on, for the rest of your lives, you are part of the bigger Macquarie family, which is our alumni, and part of the network of more than 180,000 Macquarie alumni spanning the globe. We'll keep in touch with you through our alumni program, which is focused on lifelong learning, lifelong support, and lifelong connections. Our commitment to you is to help you keep in touch and engaged with Macquarie throughout your life. And graduates, please do make sure to come back to Macquarie, either to undertake your study or attend alumni events, use our aquatic and fitness facilities if you like, or even if you'd like to, just enjoy a stroll through our lovely campus. Well, graduates, the award of a university degree carries many opportunities and privileges. But like all privileges, it also carries responsibilities. Believe it or not, you, each and every one of you, can change the world. And you don't have to be a Nobel Prize winner to do it either, because almost everything you do, in your homes, in your workplaces, and in your communities matters and can make a huge difference. The consequences of every effort, every action, large or small, can reverberate throughout society, through the decades, indeed the centuries. Even something as simple as a kind word or a kind gesture can often be the spark that ignites a great life or a great career or a great achievement. So as Chancellor of Macquarie University, I charge you to use what you have learned not only for your own benefit, but also for the betterment of the community. I charge you to use the skills and knowledge you have acquired with rigour and integrity, and to commit yourselves to a program of lifelong learning and inquiry. I charge you to recognise the worth and dignity of all people, particularly those who have not had the opportunities that you've enjoyed. I charge you to set high goals and to continue the hard work that has brought you so far. Wherever you go, I charge you to go with all your heart. And in all you do, I charge you to uphold the good name of Macquarie University. I hope also that you'll always remember the people who've helped you along the way, many of whom, of course, are here with you today to help you celebrate. So to acknowledge their contribution and thank them for it, I'm going to ask you to do just a couple of things. Graduates, would you please stand? Now I'd like you to put your degrees on the seats behind you so that your hands are free, and I'd like you to turn around to face your families and your friends. And now I invite you to give them a mighty round of applause. Well, graduates, you can turn around now, but don't sit down because we'll be leaving in half a minute. But I would remind you to pick up your degree. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I will soon be leading the official party out through the centre aisle, and we will be followed by all of the graduates. And then I would like all of you to follow the graduates down the path, right down to the marquee overlooking the lake, where I hope you'll join us for some light refreshments. We even have some fairy floss and ice creams for the children and for me. So please join us. Ladies and gentlemen, I now invite everyone to please stand, and please remain standing until the last graduate has processed out. Well, graduates, I wish you the very best for the future. And in the words of the old Irish blessing, may the road rise up to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face and rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Graduates, good luck.